Hey everybody, welcome to a Thursday edition of Box Seats. I'm your host, Frank Holder. I'm sitting up here today with Talent and Fig, two comics who've been in the game for a long time, but this is the show called Box Seats where we discuss some comedy with sports. Now, gentlemen, first of all, you know how we always like to jump into the hot tops, sports topics of the day. I'm going to start by saying it's another day and it's another college. And you know what that means? Another college, North Houston versus Texas, had to reschedule again. Another college because why? Because their 4 players tested positive this week. So now you're looking at this week alone. We're looking at Notre Dame and Wake Forest. They moved off. Now you got North Houston versus Texas. So overall, in the last 2 weeks, there's been 4 colleges that's been put off because of COVID. So, Talent, your thoughts again. We keep saying the same thing. Your thoughts.
Well, we said that we didn't even need Rodney's glasses to see this coming. We said this from the beginning of preseason what was going to happen. And here's the thing: you just said 4 teams. No, that makes 8, Frank, because a team got to play another team.
No, that's 4 games.
But that's 4 games, so that's 8 teams.
Right.
It takes 2 to tango in this situation. So even no matter what the number is, you got to double that. So if we get to 10, we're at 20. It's affecting 20 teams if it's affecting 10. So we seen this coming. We looked in our crystal ball when the ball wasn't even crystal. We ain't finished paying for it, but we seen this coming. We told them this is going to happen. Come on, man. You don't need to do it. And again, like Jane Kennedy on yesterday's show said, it's a big difference when you got people that ain't getting paid going out there risking themselves.
Right. Absolutely right. Fig, what's your thoughts on this?
Let me just piggyback off of what Talent said. He said you got the people, you got the athletes who aren't getting paid, but ironically, the people who are making the decisions are the ones who are getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that the money is the underlying factor here of why they're even talking about doing this. We know that's why they want to open schools. We know that's why they want to play college games, because people stand to make millions of dollars, and that's the reason that they want to do it. What I don't understand is the parents not shutting this whole thing down and saying, ain't no way, because you think the average college kid is from anywhere from in their late teens into their early 20s. And I was like, not my child.
Right.
Not now.
Right.
Not mine either.
Well, funny thing is it's affecting over 2,000 people, just between all the teams and everything, affecting 2,000 people, and most of them are not getting paid of those 2,000 people. So that's great points, both of you guys. Also, moving on, the Stanley Cup Finals, we got to mention, because this is a sports show, we got to mention the Stanley Cup Finals is underway. The Lightning last night took a 2-1 series lead against the Stars. The Lightning won 5-2 against the Stars. Looks like they're on their way to possibly getting the Stanley Cup. And because baseball's winding up right now, they're getting ready to get into the wild cards, sort things up with the wild card, things like that. Something that Rays did, the Tampa Bay Rays, they clinched the AL East last night. So that's our baseball. That's our hockey. Now let's talk about basketball. And get ready. Then obviously I want to talk about the NFL. First things first, Miami defeated the Boston Celtics last night. And even though the game got tight during the end of the game, Talent, did the game seem as close to you as the score seemed to show? Because to me, it seemed like the Celtics could have got blown out by a whole lot more than just 3 points. I mean, what's your thought?
Oh yeah, it always felt like a blowout until the very end with the dramatics. The entire game, like 90% of the game, did feel indeed like a blowout. I think we lost hope. Anybody that was going for Boston, like myself, I think you immediately lost hope when through the first half when Tatum couldn't get it going.
Right.
To watch him go 0 and I mean literally didn't get a bucket to way middle of the game. I think it felt like a blowout, not just looking at the numbers, what the score was, but just that case was like, because everybody got their comeback heroes. And a comeback's not happening if he's not part of it.
Right.
So praise God, the second half was different.
Right.
If you look at the box scores and you see Tatum's number, you would not believe that all came in the second half.
Right, absolutely right, absolutely. Fig, the funny thing is Boston Celtics seem to get another 20 turnovers in the game. seems like the game that they won, they only had 14 turnovers. But the games that they lost, they've been averaging between 18 and 22 turnovers. And last night, they got another 20 turnovers. They can't seem to figure out, which is really crazy to me, they can't seem to figure out how to attack the zone. What's your thoughts on that?
Everybody keeps talking zone. The thing is that this is not your college zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have professional ball players which are bigger and faster, and they're the best at what it is that they do. So although they're playing zone, they're on a string. You know what I mean? And here's the thing: it's very rare that you're going to win a game when you don't win the rebounds. You don't get rebounds and you turn the ball over. That's just basic mathematics. If you want to talk about stats, those are the stats that you need to look at. Rebounds and turnovers is the determining factor for teams that lose games. But last night, I got to add one little caveat to it. The reason that the Boston Celtics lost last night, I think Mariah Carey summed it up best. Sometimes a hero comes along with the strength to carry on.
Yeah.
It was a hero.
With 37 points. With 37
he took over the game,
right? That boy scored 37 points. I don't even think they saw that coming. But Talon, if you're the Celtics right now and you're sitting here trying to figure out how to win and you're thinking that Gordon Hayward is the guy to do it and everything else, would you just rest all of that on that? Or would you say, you know what, we got to figure something else out? I mean, let's just forget about the turnovers and stuff like that. The game would have been a lot closer if they didn't have so many turnovers. But what's your thought?
Well, it wouldn't have only been different. They would have won. When you look at the numbers, their percentage, they were shooting better. They were shooting better from 3, from 2. It didn't matter. They had the better percentage and better shot making, but they kept giving it back with the turnovers. Yeah. So they never really got their foot on the throttle like they needed to. And I'm going to say what I said before, that you and Check the Facts Stacks didn't agree with me on. I still think the problem with Boston is the identity of the leader. I think they have an identity crisis. So when you looked at the game, when they got real crunchy and they could have took the lead or even won the game late in the game, the turnovers sometimes look like they're coming from, we don't know who to give the ball to. We don't know. We got 5 guys in the court, 4 to 5 at all times are a go-to. And we all know that can't be possibly true. There has to be a guy and a number 1 and a 2 at least. And when they're getting those crunch situations, like Fig said, with this zone, with this not your elementary school zone, the ball gets lost every time. The turnovers are coming. You got to realize these turnovers are coming from people who really don't turn it over. Mm-hmm. But they're in the playoffs and they're in the conference finals. And I think nerves got them like, okay, well, who's that guy? Who, clock's winding down. Who's that guy? And they're looking around and they're throwing the ball everywhere. And when they drive, you watch Marcus Smart go to the rack. He's right here at the rim and wants to throw a bounce pass. Turnover.
I said the same thing last night. I said the same thing. But going on, being that I agree with Talent, I'm going to ask you, Fig. The Celtics were down by 1, 4 minutes to go. Then the next 6 possessions were all misses. And of those possessions, just like what Talent said, the leader was supposed to step up. Marcus Smart had the ball 3 of those possessions and missed 3 consecutive shots. He tried to become the leader and missed 3 consecutive shots. Back to back to back. Do you agree with what Talent's saying or disagree?
No, I 100% agree. The fact that the Boston Celtics, outside of the coach, they don't have an on-court leader. It's by committee, which is a two-edged sword. Sometimes it works for you and sometimes it don't. You have Marcus Smart, Tatum, Kemba Walker, and Brown, and either one of those guys could go off. They give you 20 points a night, but when the game is on the line, who's your go-to? You know what I mean? It's by committee. Now, of the 4, the last person that I want with the ball in their hand is Marcus Smart. I'm a Marcus Smart fan. I love the way he plays. I love the hard-nosed lunch bucket bring your game every single night type player, get on the floor, rebound. I love what he does, but he's not the guy that I want out of the four. He's not the guy that I want taking my last shots at the end of the game unless he's wide open. You know what I mean? I would rather Tatum, which didn't have a great game last night. If Tatum has a halfway decent first half, the Celtics went going away. Mm-hmm. He couldn't get it going. Kemba couldn't get it going last night. It was just they just had bad games at the wrong time. Tatum and Kemba and Marcus Smart, you know, the last 4 possessions just wasn't good for him. But then again, what's your identity? Like, what is it that when you say the Celtics, what is their identity? What do they do? And who's their leader?
Right. Couldn't even say it better than what he just said. Let's switch gears. Talk about the Lakers series. Talent. Do the Lakers wrap up the series tonight?
I thought it was.
I'm sorry. It's 3. Yeah, right. Do the Lakers take a commanding lead tonight?
I think so. I think one thing and I'm not a LeBron fan, but I give credit what credit is due. One thing you got to give LeBron credit on, he's a great homework checker. And you need that when you come off of losses, especially. Like all these teams, part of their routine is to watch tape. Hey, we got to watch this. They're exploiting this part. Let's double down on this. You come up with what you're going to do better. LeBron, since I've watched him in the league, he has been that guy when he has the personnel to come back and correct whatever's wrong. So whatever they did wrong in that loss, it's kind of hard to get 2 in a row on LeBron. When he got the personnel, he comes back. He's the best homework check I've seen in this era. You know what I mean? He checks that homework, man. He comes back. You don't really see a lot of back-to-back losses in series when Bron has the personnel. So right. I think they take a commanding lead. Absolutely.
Right. Well, one of the Facebook users, but actually that's what I was doing. I was reading one and I said take commanding lead. One of the Facebook users says, talking about the Celtics, they think it's a jinx every time someone steps up and becomes a star or leader. They are later crucified when things don't work out. So who would want to step up in that type of environment? That basically goes to anybody on any series. But it's a great comment. I just wanted to mention that. But Fig, what do you think? You think the Lakers go up 3-1 tonight, or
you know what? First, I'd like to address the response is that's right. They're absolutely right, 100%. But here's the thing: there's some players that want that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you think about the stars, the superstars in the league, there are players that they want that and they don't care. You know what I mean? The Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, and stuff like those are the guys who want it. You know what I mean? So they're willing to take that, that responsibility. Crucify me when I lose, but when I win, then give me my praise. But I'm not sure. Here's the thing that I don't like. And to me, I hate conspiracy stuff when it comes to my sports because I love my sports and I want my sports to be pure. I want to know that when I watch the game that everybody has an opportunity to win. The Lakers were complaining that LeBron James is not getting enough foul calls for him. They went behind and complained to the league that LeBron James is not getting enough foul calls. Let me tell you, I can't really express myself on this show how angry I am about that. You know what I mean? The fact that he would do something like that. I'm telling you, because this dude dishes out his share of punishment, man. And he gets away with a lot, more than most, because he's the face of the league. He gets away. I mean, he does get fouled and they don't make calls on him, but he gets away with a lot. I mean, to me, I would say 75% of the time that LeBron James goes to the hole, he either swipes, hooks, or charges somebody going to the lane because he knocked somebody down.
He's strong.
Going to the hole.
Big. That happens.
He's big. He's strong. So
that happens.
He inflicts he takes his pound of flesh. He dishes out a lot of punishment. So to complain about not getting foul calls after you You're inflicting punishment on the other. I mean, come on, man. You're gonna complain to the league.
You're going
you can
down.
say what you want. That's my position. I'm sticking to it. I'm not changing. I don't like it.
I'm not saying to change it. I'm just saying what I'm going to say is you're going down a whole path of another conversation that we can have another day. But I'll leave you with this. Whoever's always ahead in the league at the time, from Jordan to Bird before that to whoever before that, they get the majority of the calls. It's been like that as far back as I can remember. That's not going to change with LeBron. It's not going to change.
I don't expect it to change. But here's the thing: when you complain to the league, now when I watch the game tonight, I'm looking if he's getting calls unnecessarily. That's what I'm going to be looking for tonight, which could possibly give Denver not a good chance.
Let me say this. You just found out that he's doing that. It doesn't mean that Jordan didn't do it. It doesn't mean the people before that didn't do it. It's just that media the way it is today. You just found out more about it. But we're going down a whole nother path. We don't want to go down that path. I want to start talking about, the NBA free agents, because you know how I am. I stay on top of what's going on in certain cities. And a couple of players are leaving the Lakers this year, and a couple of players are going to be in addition. And I want to know, because right now everybody's talking about look like the Lakers are going to win a championship. Let's say they do. Okay. With that being hypothetical, because that's the word for today, talent. That's the word for today. Hypothetical. Let's say they do. Let's say they do. Let's say Avery Bradley doesn't come back, because right now he's a free agent. He's not coming back. JaVale McGee is definitely not coming back. Word is out of LA, right? Word is that Rajon Rondo will resign, but the Lakers are going to go after Montrezl Harrell because he doesn't want to come back to the Clippers. Word is that his people behind the scenes want to get him to come to the Lakers and keep Dwight Howard. Do you think that's a smart move for the Lakers to move forward, keeping Montrezl Harrell, keeping Rajon Rondo, and letting Avery Bradley go? Or do you think that that's the move that they should go forward with, and to try to go a back-to-back next year? Because next year also, let me just throw this little caveat too, for people might not be thinking of, next year is also going to be a shortened season also because of the coronavirus and the scheduling. Talent, floor is yours.
Well, I tell you this, first and foremost, I think that question doesn't really matter because I think that LA gets broken up. I think you got too many free agents. Again, like I told you, AD's going to the whole nother coast. So in losing all these big players, I think they're going to be shopping. They're going to be in the market, doing a lot of shopping, getting a lot of their own free agents brought back in because they're going to lose 3 or 4 players. So that one player is, even if Rondo stays, you got Rondo, you got Dwight Howard, and you still need 3 more pieces to catch back up to where you were this season. So, and I don't think the guard position is it, first of all. They're doing as well as they are now because of the bigs. Mm-hmm. They outbig everybody. So even when they're small, they're big. So now going forward next season, it's going to be very interesting to see who they replace, period. You know what I mean? I would get old boy from the Clippers. That's a good one. With the loss that's about to happen, that's not a bad thing. Share the floor. You still got Rondo. Dwight Howard, I don't know what to tell you about that. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell anybody about Dwight Howard because he's so iffy. And you don't know if you're getting the rugged Dwight Howard, the troublemaker, or if you're getting the green thumb flower planter. You know what I mean? Right. He could be sweet. He could be sweet as hell.
Right. He really could be. But I think Dwight Howard was playing for a bigger contract. I think he was trying to show the world that he still got it. And I think he was doing that. But Fig, same question to you, except let me just add one caveat. Let's just say, like I said, Avery Bradley's out. Since Fred VanVleet is obviously a free agent. Let's say the Lakers go after Fred VanVleet. They add him. They got Montrezl Harrell, but they lose JaVale McGee. They add they keep Markieff Morris because Markieff Morris is also a free agent, and obviously they're going to keep Rajon Rondo. I think they're going to re-sign Rondo too. Rondo's. Do you think they're set to go to the finals next year with the additions and the subtractions that they have?
You know what? That would be hard to say because Rondo is an older player. He comes off the bench. LeBron James is going to be a year older. We don't know if AD is going to stay there. I like the addition of Montrezl Harrell. If they could get a VanVleet, woo, man, that would be dope. But here's what you miss. You get more offense possibly with a VanVleet, but you lose a lot of defense when
Avery Bradley.
You lose the defense on Avery Bradley.
No,
but here's the thing.
He's pretty good in defense, bro.
But now he's not Avery Bradley.
No, he's not. But it's not like it's a big, huge, steep loss.
No, it's like a little bit of a trade-off, a little bit. Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's what people are not talking about. I'm not picking the Lakers to go back like that because there was a lot of teams in the West that had some situations. I'm looking at Golden State is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State, I mean, listen, let's not forget about them. And they're looking to make some moves too. So if Golden State, they like a player away, you know what I mean? Wiggins, they got Wiggins. You know, they got Clay, Steph, Draymond is back. They get a big that can really do make something, even just serviceable. Golden State is right back in the mix.
It's funny you say that because the word is, on the boards, on all the NBA boards, that Serge Ibaka might end up going to Golden State, which is, because he's a free agent also. So if Golden State gets Serge Ibaka, then of course the whole landscape again, I think personally, changes also in the West too. You never know.
Man, if Serge Ibaka goes to Golden State, I'm picking Golden State.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could disagree with that. Talon, could you agree or disagree with that? If Serge Ibaka lands on Golden State? No, what? No, you don't agree, or no, you?
I'm not disagreeing with that. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Okay, now being at the time is what it is, we got to get ready to start talking about some conversation leading up to the NFL. Then we got to get our picks in because we got to make sure we get the picks because it's all about the picks. Okay. With that being said, yesterday we had a conversation about Tyrod Taylor. We talked about him puncturing the wound and everything else. News breaks this morning that Tyrod is not upset at all with the team. Not upset. Not thinking about moving forward with the lawsuit. Absolutely not having any types of issues with them at all. And then also thinking about when he can come back. Smart move, Talent. What you think?
I think the only way that's a statement, and we find that out, they took care of him. They took care. This reminds me. This is HR stepping in. Sexual harassment at the job. And then all of a sudden, hey, I'm sorry, what happened? And the lady goes, no, we're fine. You're fine. She got paid. She was just in the hallway screaming, clutching her pearls, somebody help me. And then she's like, we're good money. We're good. You know what I mean? So right. I think that there was a big meeting, settlement / conversation that had to take place for somebody to say, you know what? Okay, I feel we good. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not just going to go from punctured lung to, these my dudes. That don't happen.
Fake, what you think? Fake, what you think?
That don't happen, Fake.
That's true.
I swear to God, yo. I'm like, sometimes it's obvious, B. I'm like, somebody paid somebody. Listen, you even take the average person, you get a punctured lung, you got to pay him something. You know what I mean? You puncture. This dude is an NFL player. You could have ruined his entire career. You know what I mean? Which is short. Anyway, the NFL career is very short in comparison. So you puncture this dude's lung and you jeopardize his career. And then the next day he'd be like, I love the team.
The fix is in. Hey, Fig, the fix is in when they say stupid stuff like, yeah, he punched his lung. I got another one.
Yeah.
I got another one. Come on, player.
Oh, God. You gotta love Jones with the team, baby. I gotta love Jones. You gotta love Jones. They paid him. They paid him under the table, around the corner, or something.
Okay,
something they took care of.
Here's another thing for you. Speaking of football, staying on the football topic, Carson Wentz right now, statistically, is the worst quarterback in the league so far. He's got 4 interceptions, 8 sacks, and 20 off targets. They're playing the Bengals. I think the Eagles, if they lose the next game, I think the Eagles should pull them. That's what I think. And they give somebody else a starter. But this is a topic of conversation coming out of Philly. Philly Talk Radio is talking about, pull him now. Don't worry about the next game. Pull him now because he's playing so bad. He's really off. I mean, he's not just a little bit off. He's extremely off. If you're a Philadelphia, if you're a Philadelphia Eagle coach or you're feeling the pressure right now, Talent, what are you thinking about doing? Are you thinking about, you know what, let's give him a couple more games and let's see where he is, or you actually sitting there having a conversation and thinking about, we might have to pull this guy?
It's going to be a couple more games. Remember, I stand by what I say as the first 4 games taking place in preseason, first of all. Mm-hmm. Second of all, believe it or not, Philly's going to win this week because you can't get no worse. And then when you put a worse team against a worse team, the worst got to come out on top. When the worst play the worst, the worst going to win. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Did you just say that, yo?
So that's your word. You sticking with it? That's it.
When the worst play the worst.
All jokes aside, give them a couple more games. I believe a couple more games before some real serious action happens, and I do believe they're going to win this week.
Okay, Fig, what you think?
Yeah, man, I think this sounds like a cartoon to me. It's like, should I shoot him now or wait till he gets home? Shoot him now! Shoot him now! You're despicable. That's what. Yo, and here's the thing, man. It's like the star player. Either you get the praise or they dump on you. You know what I mean? How about getting this dude a line to protect him? I mean, the quarterback is only as good as his offensive line. So is a running back. I'm like, yo, you need an offensive line. This kid, as soon as the center hikes the ball, it's a track meet. This kid is running for his life, man. I'm like, what's going on? And then you're going to blame him? When he had a decent line, he did well. What is the difference between the time that he did well and now? His offensive line. Like, come on, man. It's simple. Protect the dude. Maybe he won't be in a hurry to throw the ball just to the other team if he wasn't running for his life, man.
Well, I'll say this. Statistically speaking, the offensive line is supposed to be one in the top 7 or 8 in the league. So people are saying it's not really the offensive line. They're really saying it's him. But let me just say this. News just dropped just now, right? News just dropped, literally, that Robert Kraft, the Florida prosecutors are dropping all charges against Patriots owner Robert Kraft after court bars message parlor sex video, basically stating, of course, we all know about the sex parlor thing and everything else that went down with Robert Kraft, but the charges are about officially be dropped. Tal, what's your thoughts about that?
Well, that's a trade-off. He cut a deal. Speaking of cutting deals, he cut a deal that if he got Meek Mill out, they would drop his charge. So when he got Meek Mill out, because what happened, people don't know the background of these cases. The young lady who was massaging him, the manager of the massage parlor, is Meek Mill's god niece. I think, listen, man, you know how they say money can't buy me love? Well, it could buy everything else. You know what I mean? And I think that when you sit up in that exclusive club, a lot of things that brothers like us would be going down for, they're not really going down for, man. BLM is two black, BLMs, you got Black Lives Matter and you got Billionaire Lives Matter.
Absolutely.
Great,
absolutely. Listen, I got 5 letters for you. KRAFT. They gave whoever that person is, they got a little bit of money and a lifetime supply of craft products. You see what I'm trying to tell you? He's a multi-billionaire. That was the deal. That was a behind the doors deal. You know what I mean? You fondled me. You know what I mean? You sexually harassed me. How about if I give you a couple $1 million? You can sexually harass me again.
It sounds Jimmy G's not playing this week against the Giants. Nick Mullen is falling in. Does that help, hurt? What's your thought process on that? Does that help hurt the Giants? You know what I mean? And I will say this too. Let me just throw this caveat out too. Both players on both teams are complaining about the turf because the Giants they're very familiar with it. And the Niners they're sitting there saying, we don't want to play on that. We've been, they've been decimated with injuries. But anyway, let me just throw the floor to you. What's your thoughts on that? Jimmy G not playing.
Well, the Giants will win now.
You think the Giants will win?
That evens the playing field. Your quarterback is gone. My running back is gone. And now we're the island of the misfit toys. And I believe the Giants will win this week. And it doesn't hurt, Fig, because we're gambling, man. It doesn't hurt that the Giants are the underdog and getting the points.
Yes.
They are doing that.
I need to look at my sheet again. Because you know why, Frank? Because San Francisco has already been decimated with a lot of injuries already, and then Garoppolo on top of that. I'm taking the Giants plus the points. Yeah, I'm going with the Giants. Yeah, it helps the Giants. I don't care if they're playing on an ice skating rink. I'm taking the Giants.
Look
at that.
He's taking the Giants. This is little Saquon Barkley.
Oh, he's taking Giants.
How old is he, man? It's a puppy.
7 weeks. He's going for the Giants too.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
That's Lil Hev right there. I named him after Heavy D. But no, I think that two things. If you're a betting man, you take the Giants, obviously, because they already started out getting points before they even knew all these injuries were going to happen. And I just think the playing field is very level right now. We're looking at probably a low scoring. The over. Take the under. It'll be a low scoring game, and somebody will win by 2 field goals.
Okay. Now here's the question. The next question I had for you. Before we even jump into our picks, I want to do the picks after we hear from Rodney Perry. Rob Gronkowski is not playing nowhere near the level he was used to being playing. Do you think Rob Gronkowski is past his prime now, and it's time for him to retire? Talent? You think he's done?
I seen a clip from week 1. He's not cheating. When he was with you guys in Boston, I always said that arm thing was illegal.
Mm-hmm.
The man's playing with a RoboCop mechanical. You knocking dudes out the way. He's out there now as a mere mortal, and he's looking real mortalish.
So you're blaming it on the brakes. You're gonna go with that?
Hell yeah, dude! I used to look at those games and be like, "Do you understand how big and strong that brace is? That's a help. The stiff arm alone is bad. So now you put that on it, and I use that to stiff dog. It ain't like he carried the ball with that arm. That was just to keep defenders off him. I think now you're dealing with 100% human mere mortal, and he's going against other mere mortals. And with age, I wouldn't doubt that either, because these young, big, grits-eating, muscle-bound, fresh on the field dudes, they're coming for the old dudes.
Okay. So I know the segment ain't up yet called I Disagree, but I'm going to have to throw some caveat out there right now. Say I disagree.
Yo, man. Frank, them country boys is built different, man. I don't care what nobody say. No disrespect. Look, country boys is built different. They live a different lifestyle. They eat a different brand of fresh food, and they eat a lot of it. They work a lot of it off. They used to that heat. Gronkowski is used to that cool weather. He's a little older. He's a little long in the tooth. He retired. He didn't have no preseason. He is not in. Even if Gronkowski could get back to his regular self, it's still a preseason in him because they only played 2 games. He's not even in NFL form just yet as Gronkowski. Right. He's not even in his regular self. I mean, I would like to see what Gronkowski looks like after game 5 or 6. Okay. All right. So, because let's be honest, I think I might be right. But I will say this about Rob Gronkowski. He got, after the last 5 years, maybe 4 years when he was with the Patriots, he didn't play in any of the preseason games. So I won't, again, I disagree. But it's not my case to say I disagree. It's the man himself, and it's time for him to come up because that's what he does. The man, the myth, the legend. He disagrees.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for a reason to care about Boston and Miami series.
I do.
I so didn't give a damn about this series. Like, to me, whoever come out the East, it don't matter. I tried my best to watch this game. I tried my best, and I couldn't drum up no give a damn. Jimmy Butler seemed like he done checked out. He be barely. He just run up and down the court. He just going his way through the game, and Boston is almost too light skinned. Now. The dark skinned dudes are always trying to step up, but the light skinned dudes are like, give me the ball, dog. All right.
Yo, God.
The Lakers bounce back. Shouts out to talent with the homework analogy. LeBron James always do. Nobody beats this dude twice. And you said it, talent, because they go back and they look at that damn tape and they go, oh, okay, that's what they doing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guess what? We about to start doing this, and that. And we got to give Frank Vogel credit. They figured them dudes out them last few minutes of the game. Now, to Fig's credit, they was spent. You know, you 35, you a little winded. You know, they made a run, but they was too far down. If they was a little closer, they would have won that game. So Lakers gonna bounce back with homework. Golden State, Serge Ibaka. Is Serge Ibaka not 75?
Nah, he's not.
I mean, Serge been all over the league. He gonna go to Golden State and make a difference? No.
Rodney, he been playing since he was 12.
So he only 40, but still, you know, Serge Ibaka is hot among the celebrity women because they say Serge be breaking them girls off like improper fraction. But that has to do with nothing.
Wow.
Tyrod Taylor, I met this dude. Okay, Tyrod Taylor is a nice guy, man, and he was a specimen. So when his chest collapsed last week, I was worried. Mm-hmm. And I'm just glad, like y'all said, HR said, look, dog, don't badmouth us. He said, okay. I left this out. Fig brought up a subject that was unsanctioned by Frank. And, you might want to run that through Frank before you go willy-nilly bringing up shit. Fig is upset about LeBron complaining to the league about getting fouled. This is the thing that plagues big players. Whether it's Shaquille O'Neal or anybody big, they always get extra fouls. And if you not the guy, you like you said, Fig, how the hell he complaining? But he couldn't toe up. I mean, the dude got elbowed in the face the other night by a little dude. And if he nut up and whoop his ass, then he wrong. Right. I mean, because he got hit in the head with the ball by Doc Rivers' son last series. Now LeBron's starting to go, look, I can fuck these guys up, excuse my language, or y'all better call these fouls. And I think that's the conversation. More than him telling on them, that's the conversation. Bob Serge Ibaka Day, he killed it. Oh, Carson Wentz. Is Carson Wentz done? I think not. But guess what? You playing at Philly. Yeah. Philly boo Santa Claus, dog.
Ooh,
Philly will let your ass have it. Mm-hmm. Philly people don't give a damn. So you got to know that these I don't think it's time to pull the chalks on them because like we've been saying, it's still preseason, but he need to win down in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. He need to win.
Yeah.
He need to win. And if he don't win, you think they booing now, they're gonna be booing from they're gonna be booing like the Apollo. Boo, 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 boo. They're gonna be warming up to boo his ass. I hate to say this, man, but Fig was right about something.
Really?
Yeah. Fig mentioned that Robert Kraft was flat out rich. And that is a fact. Fig said, I got 5 letters, K-R-A-F-T. Let me tell you something. I just had some Kraft singles. Made my day. What I don't want is to lose my Kraft singles or my Miracle Whip because Mr. Kraft got a little massage. Let's let this go away. Let the man get rubbed on. He old. Let the man get a massage.
Yeah.
And look,
Eddie
so
Single.
what? He didn't ask for the happy ending. They just gave it to him. He didn't. It was just part of the package.
Yeah.
Finally, we get to say something positive about the Giants. I'm personally happy. I have a stake in San Francisco being horrible. I play Madden every day with Ray, and if they bad in real life, they bad on the game. So I need the Giants to put foot to their ass and hurt 3 or 4 people this week. Can you call somebody talent and have a hit out on all San Francisco players? Last note, box seats, man, fabulous show. We got to work on our coverage of other sports, though, Frank. You seem like you don't want to do it. You seem, I would just throw it out there. You seem like you all right, hockey. I mean, since we're a sports show, let's go.
Ain't no time in the day.
you don't want to do it. You're like, oh, they keep saying I got to do these other sports and in NASCAR news. Thoroughly impressive, guys. Great analysis. Fig, you killing the game today. Mr. Frank, well done, keeping us in the road. And, of course, talent. If I didn't know better, I would think you played professional basketball. Because your knowledge goes way beyond that of a regular comedian.
Yo.
Love you,
Hey, Rodney, before you go, I'm gonna leave you. I want to ask this one question because you a Bears fan, right?
I am.
Is Nick Foles gonna play? Is the Nick Foles doing really well out there in Chicago? Because I know Philly people are really regretting that dude's gone right about now.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't nobody give a shit about Nick Foles. Long as Mitch Trubisky is playing good and winning games, we 2-0. We so happy. Let me tell you something about Chicago. We happy, Joe. We so damn happy. We know this is the thing about Chicago. We know that this gonna fall apart. We know. I'm waiting for the wheels to come off this little happiness. But for right now,
You 2-0.
God loves Mitch Trubisky. Hey, what y'all got picks? Do I get a pick?
If you want to pick, you can ready to do the picks right now. You want to play it? Okay, let's do it. We get ready to do the picks then. Okay, let's do the picks. Talent, you ready? You up?
I'm ready.
Okay. Tonight game kicks off with Miami and Jacksonville. Talent, you got Miami or Jacksonville tonight, kicking off NFL Network, kicking off the week, third week.
I got Miami.
You got Miami. Okay, Fig, who you got between Miami and Jacksonville? Who you got?
Man, I'm going with Jacksonville, man.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Rodney, who you got?
I'm gonna call this game the Dookie Bowl, and the winner of the Dookie Bowl will be Miami.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Now let's move on to Sunday. Sunday, Rodney, Houston is playing at Pittsburgh. You got Houston, and they got decimated last week, or Pittsburgh.
Houston ain't gonna win. Maybe not another game. Pittsburgh, easy call.
Okay.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, easy call.
I'm taking the fat burger.
Okay. Fat burger. All right, Cincinnati. We just discussed this. Cincinnati is playing at Philadelphia. You got talent. You got Cincinnati or you got Philly?
I'm gonna go with Philly.
Okay. All right, Fig, who you got?
Ohio.
Okay. You and Rodney, who you got? You know what?
I know Carson Wentz gonna let me down again, but I'm gonna take Philly.
All right, I'm gonna take Cincinnati because I got to throw my pick in there. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. And in the Houston game, I'm going to take Pittsburgh. And then I'm going to take Miami against Jacksonville. Now let's move on to San Francisco is playing at New York City.
Giants, baby. Giants all day.
And I know, Fig, you got the Giants too? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You got between San Fran and the Giants. Who you got?
I want the Giants to win, but I think San Francisco is still a better team. And I think they're going to figure out how to get a win.
I think so too. I think the Giants are hurting a lot of things.
Without Saquon Barkley, who are the Giants? The Giants might as well be a soccer team.
Yeah, they don't have Saquon. I think it's going to really hurt. Especially since
playing the other football.
Especially since the 49ers defense ain't all that bad. Even though Nick Bosa ain't playing, the 49ers defense ain't all that bad. Now the next game is at 1:00. We got the Raiders are playing the Patriots. Now, the Raiders got a phenomenal win against the Saints last week. Fig, you go first this time. You got the Raiders or you got Cam Newton and the Patriots?
Man, I'm going with the Raiders, baby.
Okay.
I'm going with Cam Newton, bro.
Okay, Cam Newton, the Patriots.
Okay, first of all, the Raiders is like Chicago. That's fool's gold. They start off like this every year.
That's fool's gold.
They get excited every year. The Raiders fans, here we go. This is going to be it. And it's never it.
Right.
Having said that, I think they're riding on the emotional high.
So you think they're going to do it?
I'm going to pick the Raiders.
So you're going to pick the Raiders?
I know I'm going to be wrong.
Yeah, and you know who I'm taking?
Patriots, baby.
Yeah, they ain't nothing else but that. Tennessee is
taking Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Matt, right?
Tennessee is playing at Minnesota, and we all know Tennessee's riding on a little bit of a high right now too. So, you got Tennessee or you got Minnesota?
I'm gonna stick with Tennessee, man. I think the next couple of weeks I'm gonna stick with Tennessee. So I take Tennessee this week. Okay,
and Fig, who you got?
I like Tennessee because of that ground game, baby. That ground and pound. Woo.
Yeah, they look like they're unstoppable. I'm gonna take Tennessee also. Rodney, who you got?
I got Minnesota. I disagree with all y'all. I like Minnesota. I like the defense in Minnesota. I think they're gonna pull it together. It's gonna be a great game, but Minnesota gonna win.
What? Okay, that's one of them shocking shocking pick. Washington football team is at Cleveland. They're playing. Rodney Perry, you got Cleveland, you got Washington.
I would never pick Cleveland to win anything.
Okay, well that means you got Washington.
I got Washington, and Washington is horrible. Washington is a horrible team, but I'm picking Washington to beat Cleveland because Cleveland is bad. Cleveland lost last. They won last week, didn't they?
They won last week.
Yeah,
they can win.
Cleveland won last week, and Washington won week 1, and Washington has some grit. So
Cleveland can't win 2 games in a row.
I'm going with Washington. Fig, who you going with?
I like Washington, man. I like Haskins, man, over Mayfield.
Yeah.
Haskins over Mayfield.
I like Cleveland.
Okay, I like that. LA is playing phenomenal ball, but they going up to Buffalo, and they going against Buffalo, and they going against Josh Allen. So, and that, I will say this: Goff is playing out his mind right now. I don't know if any of y'all seen him play the last 2 games. They almost in Super Bowl form. I don't know. That's gonna be a great game. Talon, who you got?
Buffalo.
Okay.
You got to go Buffalo right now, bro.
I don't know about that one, but go ahead, Fig.
Man, Buffalo made me mad. They made me lose money. Damn Buffalo. I'm going with the Ravens. The hell with Buffalo. I don't even want no Buffalo wings. No,
yes, you do.
Who you go with, LA or Buffalo, Ryan?
You know what? I don't want to see Buffalo go 3-0. So just because of that, I'm going with LA.
Now I'm going with LA also. LA's balling. And Rodney, this next game is for you. It's Chicago at Atlanta. I know you taking Chicago. Right, Ryan?
I live in Atlanta. I'm from Chicago. This is the thing. Will Atlanta go 0-3? That's the question. Mm-hmm. Will Atlanta go 0-3? Hell yeah! Touchdown, baby.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Fig, who you got?
Man, you know what? Atlanta played their behind off last week. And if the coach would have just told him, you could jump on this ball before it goes 10 yards, they would have won that game against Dallas. It was a heartbreaker. Just because the way they lost, I'm going to go pick Atlanta.
Okay. And the way they lost is the reason why I'm going to pick Chicago.
I'm going Atlanta.
You going Atlanta? Okay. All right. The next game,
Chicago defense is not a game. I'm telling you.
I know it's not. The Carolina Panthers are playing the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers is balling.
Hell,
I think we all going to go Chargers.
Yeah, yes, I got Chargers. You got Chargers. Roger, you got Chargers? The Panthers are falling apart. They got a lot of injuries that,
I'll take the Chargers.
Cathy's out. Huh?
I'll take the Chargers.
Okay. I'm taking the Chargers because I don't like what the Panthers did to Cam Newton. The hell with the Panthers.
Okay. The Jets are playing the Indianapolis Colts. Rodney Perry, who you got?
JTS Jets versus the Colts.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, because I know 2 people are probably going to take the Jets, I'm going to take the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts. But anyway, I'm gonna ask the two big Jet fans, especially Talent. Talent, you taking the Jets, right?
I ride or die with my team, baby. All day Jets this week.
All
this
day,
week,
son.
this week
Word
we
up,
put
B.
that W up.
Wait, before I pick, I just want to ask a question. Is Andrew Luck playing for the Colts this week?
He's still on the beat, bro.
I picked the Jets.
Andrew Luck is a barista.
Phillip Rivers is playing for them. Phillip Rivers is starting QB, but he's been horrible this year. He's been horrible. So, who you got, Fig?
I'm picking the Jets.
Okay. The Cowboys are playing the Seahawks. I don't think there's a person on this panel. There's one person on this panel who's taking the Cowboys. Anybody crazy enough to raise your hand if you're taking the Cowboys? They playing in Seattle. Rodney, you taking the Cowboys?
Wow.
Against Russell Wilson?
Let me tell you something, man. These injuries is real, and it's time for somebody in Seattle to go down. I'm telling y'all, mark my words. And my man Dak out there trying to catch that paper, trying to get that check. Bet on Dak this week.
Hey, Rodney, let me ask you a question.
No, not right now.
Russell Wilson is light skinned. He got curly hair,
Right
and his
now.
wife is Sierra. You going against Sierra?
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the reason. Because that girl have him weak, man. You know, because she insatiable. So she had that man, he up there trying to throw the ball, and he ain't got no semen in his body.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay is playing at Denver. Talent. Tampa Bay at Denver. Tom Brady against Denver, who lost their quarterback last week. Who you taking?
Denver is just as bad as all these other San Fran injured teams. Denver's going down. This is going to be a decimated blowout.
Yeah, I agree.
The over's going to go over 45, and then all 45 points going to be Tom Brady.
I think they're gonna win by at least 21.
It's not even going to be close.
Craig, who you got?
I'm going with Tom. I'm going with Tampa Tom.
Okay, what Rod? Who you got?
It would be a better game if they played the Denver Nuggets. I got to take Tampa Bay, man.
All right, Detroit is playing the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals has been balling. We all know Kyler Murray is running around, and Denver. I mean, in Detroit, they look horrible right about now.
You know, we don't have to pick the whole league. We could just pick a few choice games.
No, but it's just killing my time.
No, we gamble. We got to do all of it.
Yeah, we got to do all. We pick our cards. You can leave, but we pick.
You know how much money I got on Arizona this week?
Yeah.
Really?
So Talent got Arizona. Fig, you got Arizona?
Yeah, man, I got Lil Colin, man. Lil Colin.
Arizona versus who?
Arizona is playing against Detroit Lions. They balling against the Detroit Lions.
No. Detroit got too many dilapidated buildings, man. They can't win.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Two more games to go. We got Green Bay at New Orleans, and New Orleans is going in the other direction. I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah.
Anybody?
You taking Green Bay over New Orleans?
As bad as New Orleans played last week, I'm definitely taking Green Bay. And as good as they balled out,
Green Bay 2-0.
Yeah.
Y'all taking Green Bay? I'm gonna take
Okay. Now, with that being said, the game of the week is the Monday night. That's the Chiefs versus the Ravens. That's the game I'm looking forward to the whole weekend. Everybody's saying that this is going to be with Lamar Jackson's breakout game, where he gets to prove that he's just as good as Patrick Mahomes. And, I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air. I think the Ravens should have beat them last year, but I think they're going to finally do it this year. Rodney, I'm going to start with you.
The game will come down who got the best defense.
And right now, the Ravens do.
The Ravens got the better defense, so they should win the game. I'm going to take the Ravens, but you can't really bet against Patrick Mahomes, man. The dude be looking like he checking his text messages and still throwing touchdowns. It's crazy.
All right. I'll leave. Okay. All right. Fig, what you got?
Man, I'm picking Baltimore because although Patrick Mahomes and the boys been winning, they've been just eking it out. Like they've been winning, but they don't look good while they winning. They've been just barely getting by. So I'm going with Baltimore.
They haven't had any explosive. They've had maybe one or two plays the whole season so far, explosive plays, and not nowhere near what they were. Yet doesn't mean they can't. But we'll see what happens.
Y'all got y'all
They've
picks wrote
been
down, so we gonna
saving it
check
for
this
Monday
on
Night Football.
Tuesday.
Say that again, Talent.
I'm sorry,
I said you said it happened because because they've been saving it. This Monday Night Football, these are different lights.
Mm-hmm.
You know how Rodney said that light in the bubble? This is for football, this is that bubble light. I'm going with the Chiefs.
Okay, there you go. And what were you saying, Rodney?
No, I was saying, are y'all keeping y'all picks wrote down so we can check this on Tuesday to see who got the best picks?
That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. We're gonna see who won and who lost. Except on TV, we're not doing with the spread. You know what I mean? But behind the scenes, right. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the spread.
If I had to put money on it.
We're gonna talk about money later.
We got to get some if I had to put money on his shirts.
Hey,
that would be dope.
Rodney, tell everybody how they can follow you.
Hey, I'm at Rodney Perry, my website, RodneyPerry.com, and Rodney Perry Live on all my social media. You guys been great. Thank y'all for hitting me up, man. Y'all been watching the show. Y'all been hitting me up, and appreciate y'all.
Fig.
Yo, you can catch your boy Comedian Fig on all social media platforms. That's Comedian Fig. It's right here on your screen. Follow me, and if you can't find me, catch me on Talent's page right there, right above me. I'll be on Talent's page.
I'm on Talent's page too.
Yeah,
Talent. Before you tell everybody to follow you, tell everybody who we got coming up tomorrow.
Hey, tomorrow's going to be stupendous, just in time for kicking off this NFL season early on. We're talking about my boy Seth Joyner, Pro Bowler, Philly, All-Star, Hall of Famer. You already know what it is. Seth Joyner will be joining the box seats tomorrow, y'all.
You can't wait to ask him about what's going on in Philly. Can't wait to ask him that. Tell everybody how they can follow you, man.
Hey, follow your boy on Twitter at It's Just Comedy, on the gram at Talent the Comedian, and Facebook, New York King Talent.
There it is. I'm Frank Holder. That's Rodney Perry. That's Fig. That's Talent. We are the show called The Box Seats. We're on every Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 o'clock. You can check us out on the Humor Mill channel. Download the app. Or, hey, you can just download us on a lot of these other platforms, too. We're just about everywhere. Make sure you tell a friend. But we'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow on The Box Seats, we got Seth Joyner. I'm looking forward to that. That's Rodney. That's Fig. That's Talent. I'm Frank. We'll see y'all. We out.